Okay, so then now it's time for the top 20 of 2024. I know normally we do honorable mentions and the ones that we didn't get to, but then you already know what's not in the list, so it's kind of useless. And it's 20 games as it is 40 because it's two people. So
Mhm.
first of all, let's see how many crossovers do you think we're going to get?
Okay, now I need to look again. Uh,
What do you mean again? We're doing this for the first time.
no, but I'm looking at the 20, 20 one, not just one. Let me just check.
So FYI, we're doing this for the
Every
second time.
two, two, three, four, six,
Uh-huh.
seven, eight, maybe probably at nine.
9. Okay, I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
say
say nine,
higher.
nine to 10. Yeah.
Okay,
I think I'm
9 to
safely
10.
saying nine. I'm safely
9?
saying nine.
Okay, I'm gonna say higher then. All right, we'll
Okay.
see. We'll see.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
your number 20. What is your number
My
20?
number 20 is a two-player game, which is why it's so low. That I think you said you were playing or planning to play in the near future. I just put in the storage today. It's Ironwood
Ah, yeah. Yeah, it ended up not
by
happening.
Mind Clash Games. It's
Mm-hmm.
really, really good. It's a beautiful production. It's asymmetric powers. It's each one has its own goal. The card plays really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So it gives you that sense of a deck build that gives you a sense of area control as you're moving around the map to try and take powers and take control of certain areas. Each side has a very different win condition.
Mm-hmm.
The production is stellar. The one side is like the mechanical side, so they're pieces of metal. The other one's like the forest dwellers, so they're pieces of wood. It's just an all-round beautiful production that I wish I could play more, but again, because it's a two-player game, I don't think we'll get much chance to play it.
Well,
But I really do like it.
it's summer. We should just meet up and do a bunch of two-player games and then just get it out of the
That's
way.
true. That's
And then
true.
the top 100 will be riddled with two-player games.
That's true. I agree. I don't say but these kind of games, if you had more time to play them, they'll probably just get better and better. Like chess,
Yeah.
you know. So when
Yeah,
you
yeah,
play
yeah.
chess a lot, you just get better
True.
at it. But yeah, I
My
really like Ironwood. Yeah.
I really
So
want to play that one for sure. Because I was like you said, I was gonna play it, but then in the end we ended up playing too many bones and it took too long.
mm,
So my number 20 will surprise you. I told you I was gonna play it this week, and I ended up playing the solo, and I was thoroughly
Bridge.
impressed.
Okay.
It's Space Lion Divide and Conquer. Now, I
Mm,
was checking, and I did see that a lot of comments saying when they got their copy, it was in 2024. So even though we played it in 2023, it wasn't an expo. So I'm guessing it wasn't really 100% out. I'm not sure. Anyway, it says
okay.
2024 on BGG. So but yeah, basically, every round, basically a battler with other people, right? You only have 7 cards, and you can either discard a card for the action it says on it, or you can play it either face down, and people don't know what it is, or you play it face up for its lead ability, which is something powerful. But you can only play one lead card. So basically, in the end of your round, you're gonna have either no cards left or maximum of 4 on the battlefield. Maybe one is face up. There's 5 different factions. They're all very different. And I think the best to play this is probably with 3, because then you are fighting all your neighbors and you know who's doing what and whatever. But you can play with 5 as well. And then just in like a Seven Wonder style, you'll be fighting your neighbors, but also in the middle. So then 5 people can put cards in the middle if they so choose. Because another thing that's cool about the rule is if you play one card, and at the end of the battle, it'll go, or at the end of the round, it will go to your discard. That means it's back in your hand next round. But if you group cards, so 2 or more, they'll be destroyed. And then it goes to your destroyed pile. And then next round, the destroyed pile moves to your discard pile. So
Okay.
basically, those cards might be powerful because you group them, but then you won't have them next round. You have to wait another round to get them back. Although there are some ways to make sure you get them back faster and so on. And the point is, whenever you win a battle, you get a medal. And after 5 rounds, depending on how many people are playing, that's the amount of rounds I think there are, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, I think 5 rounds, 4, 3, so on. But with 5 people, it's 5 rounds when I played with the AI. And
Hmm.
so then at the end, you see how many medals you have. and that person wins then. And if there's a tie, there's tiebreakers, whatever. But it's really cool because another thing that's cool about it, you have 7 cards. But at the start of the game, you have 7 lion cards, which are gold cards. They're basically upgraded versions of those 7 cards, and everyone
I
chooses
remember
one of their
that.
cards to upgrade, and the other 6 go back in the box. But you don't know
Yeah.
who chose what as well. So, of course, the game will flourish more as you know what other factions can do. Because even in my playthrough, the fact that every AI opponent has their own deck, right, makes it I can play easily with 5. One big negative, according to many people, though, is that the solo mode, is in the expansion. So you need to have
Okay.
expansion as well. In the deluxe version, it's already in the box. But if you buy retail, you need to get the expansion. So, but it's really, really cool. And one caveat with the AI, it doesn't play 100% to its abilities because you've got like the human faction. They're not called human, but whatever, they're humans. And they've got Marines, and they also have a nuke. So they can just completely blow up one battlefield. And then no one can put people there anymore. But the AI will never use a nuke, for example. So there's like some differences the way that plays. But I'm really curious to play with other people. Although people online say with 5 it's pure chaos because all
So
those different abilities, and also whoever has first player token decides which battles happen first. So you can say, "Oh,
do
you
you,
across the table, you fight first, and then you, and then you, and then you, and then yeah, and the next round it just passes to the left." It's
do you
pretty
think you
cool.
would play multiplayer? You would have this would be high on your list.
I think so. I think
Okay.
so. Yeah, because
Mm.
this is like one of the games where I can play solo. It'll give me a fix. But if I
Yeah.
really, really want to do like the mind games and oh, what are you doing? Why are you attacking me? Don't you see this guy's got 5 medals? I've got 2. What are you doing? Stuff like that. I
Mm.
think that'll make it better. Anyway, that's my number 20. Space Lion Divide and Conquer.
That's cool.
What's your 19?
My 19 is a game I actually like, but I think maybe it's just too light and too short to be really high, and that's Fromage.
Ah, okay.
I really
Yeah.
like I really like Fromage. I like the theme, I like the production, I like the idea of this turning wheel where you have these 4 mini games that you have to focus. Each turn you're focusing on one of them, then you turn it around, and by the time it comes back to you, the layout's changed, and you have to reassess what you did 3 turns ago. I actually really like that, but the game it's not that deep because the resource management is not that heavy. It's not that many resources to deal with, and the game is only like 30 to 45 minutes.
Oh,
And
wow.
for some people that'd be a bonus, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, I think when we play us as gamers, we want the game to be a bit meatier than that. Sometimes we always complain games are too long, but also I think we don't want the game to be too short either. But I don't think because the game is not overly complex, I think it would overstay its welcome. So I kind of wish the game was a little deeper
I
because
think
I think it's a really good game. I just wish it was deeper.
I think this game, alongside with Mackie Master and those other games and so on, I think those are the games we would have played in 2013 when we started out playing board games.
Maybe.
Then we
That's,
would have
that's the
played all
kind of
that
game
kind
I
of
could
stuff.
probably It's probably a game I could pull out and play with my mother.
Yeah.
It's. I think, as I said, I think there's a place for that in your collection. You know,
Mm-hmm.
because the theme is inviting, and yeah, if it's a start, what they call it, welcoming games, whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I,
for
I, I
sure.
just, I just think there's a lot more potential. I think there's a lot more potential in this game that they didn't. But again, it could be by choice. They chose to make it this level. They chose to make it this time frame. But I think there's a lot more to it that could have been. But I
Yeah.
really like it. So even though it's that type of game.
But are you interested in Formaggio,
Yes,
the
but then maybe
sequel?
because the Formaggio is it's a standalone expansion, so you can mix and match the certain. So what happens was
Okay.
the game comes. It's a circle with 4 quadrants, right?
Yeah.
So the expansion you could just swap and change the quadrants.
Okay.
You can have 2 from one and 2 from the other, or 1 from 3. So maybe you could like say, okay, these are the ones I like the most, put them together, or that kind of thing. So it could change the game up every time.
Okay.
But what happens is they both games have the same resources, which is berries and milk and houses. So they're not different games. They just have basically different quadrants, different mini
Oh.
games.
All right. Cool.
So
And
it's a
also,
very yeah.
yeah. Also, for the people at
With,
home,
yeah,
Evangelos is not a hardcore smoker. He's just been painting again. That's why his
yeah,
fingers are black. But so you know.
or
But
get
yeah,
gangrene. Yeah,
Formaggio. I
yeah.
cool.
So yeah, that's why it's 19.
My 19 might be on your list. I expect it to, but we never know. It's Let's Go to Japan.
Yes.
So basically, very another simple game, really not difficult to do. Basically, you draft, you choose one card to keep, you pass it on to other people. The amount might change, but you're basically just preparing your trip to Japan. You're making a planning. What are you going to see on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? Are you going to go
Mm.
there? Are you going to go to Kyoto, or are you going to go to what's the other one again? Tokyo? Yeah, Tokyo. So
Tokyo.
those two. So, and if you switch, you need to make sure you have like a train token, but then you're playing all these cards and they have lots of flavor text. And it's very just cool to say, okay, I'm going to go to an anime market or whatever. I'm going to go to a temple, all that kind of stuff, especially to like tell people your trip after the game has finished, like when the game finishes. And yeah, just making sure you also combine, get all the icons you need so you can move them forward and score as many points as you can. It's a really nice production, especially if you have the Kickstarter version, because it comes with all the bowls and everything. It's just chunky wooden bits and all that kind of stuff.
Mm.
And yeah, it's just a lot of fun. We spoke about it before in previous podcasts.
Yeah,
Maybe they'll
it's
do
one of the game I
other.
recommended. It was one I recommended.
Yeah.
So this is my number 18, so I can talk about that as well.
Oh, okay.
Um, Again, it's a great little game. Maybe again, I think this game, the previous one, and the one I'm going to speak about next, I think it's only here because it's a little light.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I think it has to be light. It's a game that has to be. It's in this space because there's a market for the space. There are people who want to play this game, and I don't think I would want the game to be deeper, to be more difficult. I do like the mini expansion. Do you play the mini expansions?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
one
yeah,
with the day trips.
yeah. That adds stuff
I
to
think
it.
I think that's yeah. I think that just makes the game a little more heavier. But
Yeah.
I really like it. And again, to this day, I'm surprised there's no expansions with more locations. And I'm surprised there's no like another one that's go to another country. I'm
Yeah.
really surprised. I'm really surprised
Maybe it has something to do with the
because
tariffs as well. Who knows?
maybe. But yeah, I just think it's a great little game. I
Yeah.
agree.
So my 18 is going to disappoint you, potentially annoy you.
Won't be the,
Uh,
won't be the first time.
my 18 is Inferno. It's yeah, sorry. It's low because because obviously you do the do the pub Mibble ranking, and so as what do I want to play more? And I think with Inferno, I really like the system, like the jumping over and everything,
Mm,
going through the different layers of hell. I love that part a lot. But then for me, it would also be limited because I feel like I think the game is okay, but I can only see myself playing it with you guys. I can't really see
mm,
myself playing with other people. And I also don't own it. It's your copy. I don't know if that hurts it necessarily, but like I said in the review, the solo didn't really do much for me either. I think that hurt it a lot because if I look at all the other games above it, I mean, like if this was a top 100, it would probably still be in the top 50, I believe. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm being too positive now, but in this case, all the games above it, I am more passionate about as well.
mm.
So I don't know. Maybe tastes differ. I still give it a 7. I still stand behind my 7. But yeah, it's Inferno. I think it's a good game, and I really like the fact the souls going through hell, jumping over and everything, all that. It's just the other stuff I'm not super duper crazy about. So I think that's why. Yeah,
Okay.
just that one mechanic. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, we'll
Okay.
talk about it more, I'm sure.
Yes.
What is your 17?
My 17, again, another game that's light, but again, I enjoyed beautiful production. That's River of Gold.
Uh, this is the second time that you say something. I think, and it's not. Okay. River of Gold.
River of
Continue.
Gold, it's very, in some ways, it's very simple. You just roll the dice and it's okay. First thing, the production is beautiful. It's set in the Legend of the Five Rings universe. Um, everyone knows of the gold embossed board, but at the core of the game is you roll a dice, and whatever comes up, you have three options with that number. Basically,
Hmm.
you can buy a guy, you can play a card, or you can move. So basically, you have three options, three choices, but the dice helps you focus. The dice you roll. Okay, and you can mitigate the dice. That's for sure. But the fact is, it keeps it very simple. So you have you have three actions. The dice determines what those actions are going to be, and so it's very simple that way, and so it's very streamlined.
Hmm.
And it's a lot of people compare it to Lords of Waterdeep.
Yeah.
It's not exactly the same, but I think that people did the same thing with Champions of Midgard. I was like Lords of Waterdeep because I think it's just that smooth, um, streamlined, elegant type Euro game. It's very straightforward. It's like everything's been trimmed down. Does
It's
that make
also
sense? What I'm trying to
like
say.
it's also
Yeah.
like a little bit like you collect resources, you do something with those resources that give you
Yeah,
maybe
exactly.
something, and then you do it all again. And yeah,
Exactly. So, like, for example, like with Lords of Waterdeep, your cards, your missions are what determine what you're going to do.
yeah,
So I'm not saying the gameplay is you, but it's not on rails, but it's got like training wheels.
yeah,
Does that make sense? Yeah.
yeah. No,
So
yeah, yeah,
again, it's a game that it's the type of game that a collection should have because you're not going to always have Miguel and heavy players with you at the table.
yeah.
So it's a nice, again, a very beautiful production, very, it's a pleasant to play. So yeah, I think it's a really good game.
It's a meetup game.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's very much so. And again, it's only 90 minutes. It says yeah, 60 to 90 minutes, and that's about right. It's not a long
yeah.
game, which again, sometimes you don't want to be kept for too long. Yeah,
Okay,
bit of gold.
cool. My 17 might be a crossover, but I'm not
Hmm.
sure. And that is Skyrise. So
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Skyrise, I
I didn't
played
know you
not,
play. I
not
didn't know you played it.
well, yeah, 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 I've had it for a while now, but I played it like a couple of weeks ago for the first time.
Okay.
And I really enjoyed the tension. Like in the beginning, like I like the fact because first of all, for people who don't know, you have a certain amount of buildings. I think it's like 8 or something or 10,
Mm-hmm.
maybe even 12, probably 12. You start with 6, and era 2, you get the other 6. But every building has a number at the bottom. So you're doing basically an auction. So if I put my building down with like say number 5, somebody else can put their number 7 down or number 52 or whatever. It goes all the way up to 130 or something. I think I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But then whoever has the highest building or people pass, then you can put that building down. But the thing is, you put your first building on a spot, and the next person has to put a spot adjacent to it, and adjacent, so it can really snake away from this point where it started, which is really
Mm.
hilarious sometimes because someone wants to go right, and then you put your building left, and you're like, okay, well, so what are you going to do now? It's things like that. You also have your wonders or whatever, your capital buildings, and they will instantly win wherever you put it. And then also they got 5 different regions if you play with 4 people, and then the regions will also score depending on how tall the buildings are, the most amount of tall buildings, and so on. And I guess it helped that I won my game.
Mm.
But there was, especially near the end, it becomes very tactical. Like, I don't want to go
Yeah.
there because then this for you. And then this, in the beginning, it's all very mild mannered and it's okay, it's chill. And near the end, it gets more like, no, no, you want to go there. No, no. And sometimes people put something down and like, oh no, I didn't realize that you could do this now. And then boom, 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 or whatever. And it's a lot of fun. I think it's a lot of fun. It's very beautiful. And the game actually has me thinking like, should I build the island? Because you can actually build. No, should I paint the island? Because it's just like plastic, right? So you can technically make it even more
That's
steampunky
true.
and
That's
everything.
true.
All the buildings, and it's a very beautiful production. Roxley Games. It's very, very nice.
Yeah, it's stunning.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. We'll
So
talk about it later.
that's my 17. What is your 16?
My 16 is by one of my favorite companies, and that's Board and Dice, and that's the game is Grief Project.
Ah, okay. Cool.
It's one of the Euros that came out that year. Very pretty. Um, It's a mid-weight euro. It's not too heavy. It's not like the other, like it's not like the other game, which we'll talk about later. But I like the theme. It's a theme of like you're going around and you do conservations for the ocean. And you've got your own little personal boat and you move across a map. And there's all these different islands that are interconnected. So you want to go to certain islands to do certain things, but it's very expensive to move. And as you move, you drop all these they call some balls or whatever they're called, reef balls. Oh yes, that's
Yeah.
right. I haven't played for a while. You drop these balls that create reefs. That's what they do.
Yeah.
So again, the one they're getting to do, they drop these balls, and then the wildlife attaches to the ball, and then they create these artificial reefs,
Oh,
these
okay.
new reefs. So
Ah, cool.
you drop these reef balls, but you got your man you. Okay, so first you got your boat moving across this map. You've got this track at the bottom, this diving track at the bottom.
Hmm.
You've got your personal board where you hire workers, who give you powers and certain effects. You've got cards, you've got mission cards that you're trying to fulfill. It's just a bunch of Euro stuff in a nice theme. It's got dual-layered boards. I really like the game, and
It
it's
looks
not too
very
heavy.
pretty.
It's very pretty. We should actually. This is one of the games we should play sometime if you come to our house.
Mm.
So I think you like it. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's there are two companies right now that create. I think when I spoke to the was maybe the owner when we spoke to it
Yeah.
at Simon Expo of Board and Dice. There are two companies who makes Euros in the way that I love, which is Board and Dice and Devere right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
And this is one of the games. Whenever they release a Euro, I want it, and this is one they released last year. So yeah, I really like it. Reef Project.
Because I remember we saw it at Simon Expo, and actually part of me also wanted to try it, but Minos was higher on our list to try then. So in the end,
Yes,
we didn't play it. And I think you also mentioned that you already had it at that point. So I was like, oh,
I already played
maybe,
it. I already
yeah,
played it,
yeah,
and
yeah,
I haven't played Minos yet. But I think you would like
yeah.
Reef,
I definitely want to try it.
Reef
Yeah.
Project. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's on 16.
Cool. My number 16, I've talked about it very recently as well. And that's a Kingdom Legacy. So the
Hmm.
6 hour solo campaign. So like I said, solo. But it's basically just a box of cards, and then you draw the cards. Those starts off with that's basically what starts off your kingdom. You just got like 4 cards that are like grasslands. One is like a hill in the distance, 2 hills in the distant mountain. Sorry, 2 are like forests, and then you've got like a headquarters and a trade lady. And then you just shuffle those 8 cards together. You draw 4, and then depending on the icons on it, which might be gold, might be wood, or might be stone, whatever, you can use it to upgrade a card. You just turn it over. No, not over, but you just turn it upside down, and then that's an
Hmm.
upgrade. If you upgrade it again, you then flip it over, and if you upgrade again, you turn it upside down again, and that's the final upgrade that you can get. But then sometimes those cards might say, okay, if you upgrade this one, then you discover this number. Because at the end of every round, after you've done all 8 cards, you do 4 cards, and then you discard them, take 4 new cards, you do your upgrade, you discard them. Then you reveal the 2 new cards. So in this case, number 9 and 10. And they might do something. They might introduce something. They might introduce long-term projects. They might give you abilities to travel and discover new lands or whatever, right? And you always need to make choices. And also, of course, depending on how the cards come out, there's also limited things you can do or more things you can do. You can also push, which means if you have like 4, you can take 2 more. I think it's called advance. You take 2 more cards, and you can keep doing that. But you can only upgrade once. So you can go up to like,
Hmm.
I don't know, as many cards as you want, but the fact you can only upgrade once feels like you don't want to advance too many times, because then, you're like wasting cards or opportunities. And the game
Okay.
ends when you reach card 70. That's when it ends. So
Okay.
basically, you start drawing from card 9, and there's always 2 at a time. 70, you can calculate at home how many turns that is, but it's limited, and they say it's roughly 6 hours. And at the end, you can register your kingdom and see how your score did compared to other kingdoms. Now, I can't tell you what my score was because I don't really remember, and my phone is being used to film, so I can't check it immediately. But that's just a cool cool tidbit. And then you can technically it's a legacy game, so you can tear up cards and whatever. Of course, I didn't do that. I just wrote down details or whatever. But there's also expansions that you can add, and then there's multiple. Like I played Feudal Kingdom, but apparently there's other ones in that that series. Apparently here, ridding the woods. It's not
Okay.
it's not a typo. It's ridding, not writing or whatever. But yeah. So apparently there's another one coming. So there's more of them coming, and I'll probably get them because they're quite cheap as well. They're like 140 Hong Kong dollars. It's not expensive at all. Anyway, that's my number 16, Kingdom Legacy. If you like solo games and it is very small to take with you, just go for it. Yeah. Although I would say if you do get it, get those RPG or TCG plastic box containers. Get 2 of them, one for your active game and one for the other cards. It makes it much easier, and you can sleeve them. Otherwise, it's too small. Okay, yes, that was my 16.
Okay.
What is your 15?
My 15 is from another company, which I already said Divya Games, Ball and Dice. They're my 2 favorite companies right now, besides Awakened Realms.
Ooh, wait, can I say one thing? Can I say one thing before you
Well, of
continue?
course.
Kingdom
Okay, cool.
Legacy is from the makers of Terraforming Mars.
Oh yeah, okay, didn't know that. Okay.
FYI. Anyway, continue. Yes.
Okay, so
Game is it.
my favorite, like I said, like my favorite companies is like I said, Divya Games, Board and Dice. They like sight unseen. I want those. I want those because they make the euros I love. Tainted Grail, I just love for another reason.
Mm-hmm.
But another company I always want to look at, I usually always get the games because they only release like 1 game a year, maybe 2. And it's Delicious Games, Masuchi's company.
Mm-hmm.
And this year they released a game called The Suffer.
Oh, yeah.
Now, it's not the most exciting theme. Okay. It's not the prettiest game in the world. But like with most Suchi's games, it's very interesting to play. It's very dynamic. And basically, okay, so if you look at the map, there's different areas, there's traveling around the board to do something. There's like a little map you can move around. There's this, you got to build irrigation canals, you put your tiles down to make an irrigation to do points that way. And there's another part where you're building your own like land, you're building tiles down to make your own little farm like land.
Yeah.
But the main part of the game is you have a hand of cards, and you can upgrade your cards as part of the game. But the main thing is the cards you get have 2 halves. You have 2 actions on the card, one on the top, one on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and also each card, each half has a color on it. So, like for example, the one on top might have a red bar and an action, and the bottom half would have another action and a yellow bar. So what you do is on your turn, you're going to take a card and you're going to play it face up on one of those 2 sides. And that's
Yeah.
the action you get. You get the action on the card and you get the action of the color. The color moves you up one of the tracks. Okay, so there's 4 tracks. So when
Mm-hmm.
you play the card down, you basically get 2 actions. So you got to keep deciding, okay, do I want to play which side do you want to play? So
Yeah.
you play the card down. So you get 3 turns. You play a card and you get 3 turns. Ends the round. The next round, you play the other 3 cards, and you play on top of the previous cards. So you've got to decide from your hand what action you want and when you want to play it, and you also then you forego in the other action. Does
Who
that make
did you play
sense?
this with? Who did you play this with?
Miguel and Esteban, obviously.
So you finished at 4 a.m.
Probably like usual. Yeah, but it says a lot of thinking.
Yeah,
Obviously, a
it
lot
sounds
of
like it.
like.
Yeah.
But because you got a card, okay, I really want this action, but then if I play this action, I'm going to forgo this other action. But I also really need to move up the blue track because I get this result, I get this card, or get this power.
Yeah.
Because so it's a lot, and then so you got the 4 mini games going on, and there's a lot going on in this game. It's a really good game.
It
Again,
sounds
it's not
really
the
nice.
prettiest. It is, yeah. I think you'd also enjoy it. It's just it's not the prettiest game. It's not the sexiest game, but like anything by Suchi, it is a very good game. It's the kind of
Yeah.
game I love playing.
Yeah, I think his
Yeah,
games suffer a
so
little bit of looking good. Like they don't always look the best. And I think it kind of
mm.
hurts. It's a little
I think
bit.
also it's his own production company, so obviously he has the more limited resources.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But yeah, it's a really
Okay.
good game. Yeah.
My number 15 probably would have been higher, but in the end, we were not able to play because of the thunderstorms that were going on in Hong Kong. And that is the breach, because I didn't want to put
This.
my game through the rain and everything, so I didn't want to take any risks. I've been playing solo the last week and a half, and I can see the potential. But yeah, it's still 15 because I've only been playing solo, and it's really difficult solo, like really difficult. But I really like the system, and I think if you play with more people, it might be a little bit less difficult and definitely more fun, because you're also, basically you're hacking. You're all hackers, right? Because you have yourself. That's the cool part. Your board really looks like a computer desk. Like on someone's board, there might be like cup noodles. On on other people's board might be like an energy drink can and stuff like that, showing like, you're hacking. But then you also have your avatar, and which probably not avatar, but your hacker ID that you choose. So those two powers, those special powers, they come together as well. So that makes it a little bit different. Well, it makes it very different, because some will lean more to attack, some more defense, some more about getting information, because that's what you're trying to do. You all get a little card that says what kind of information you need to get. There's like different colors, pink, yellow, purple, whatever, green. And that's what you're trying to do. But as you're going around the database, which is a game board, you have to discover the different rooms. But as you're doing that, there's also, you do your turn, right? Which is like clicks. In the beginning, your turns are limited. You can only do like 2 things. But as you get more information, you will be able to do more actions because you get smarter. Okay, all the way up to 4 or 5 actions, I think. You do your action, and then when it finishes, your action is pretty cool, because you've got 4 squares on your board, like yellow is movement, blue is defense, red is attack. And whenever you do an action, you have to slide a cube down. And if you slide a cube, the color of that action is a value of 2. But all other colors can also be in there, but only if you use the correct color, the matching color, you can do the action. So let's say I have a blue, a yellow, and a red in the yellow square. It's only going to be 4, because the yellow is 2, the other 2 are 1. So you do that, and then you move it into one of the other colors, or into gray, which is like a reset area that does nothing. So basically, you do your action, and at the end of your action, you can then move cubes 2 spots somewhere else, right? Move them around, or you can get like hacking cards that can give you powerful abilities. So basically, that's what you're doing. You're trying to put viruses in so you can get information. The other people are doing the same thing. But then at the end of your round, it's going to be ICE is going to be activated. Now, it'll draw a card for everyone who is connected to the database. If your character, your miniature is on the player board, on the board, sorry. If it's there, it's connected. So it'll draw an activation card for everyone. Now, let's say both you and I are playing, and we have 2 actions, and our first action is do something, and our second action is disconnect, which means we take it and put it back on our player board. Then ICE does not activate at all. They don't have a turn.
Okay.
So then we can reconnect. Basically, when you reconnect, you only have 1 action, so it's limiting. But there's other cards that can give you more. But my point is, if everyone is continuously doing their actions, ICE will have a ton of actions as well. And then at one point, the big bad guy will come out, and then the game will end really quickly. Because whenever ICE activates, it puts miniatures on the board that will fight you, but also go up tracks. And go up tracks will make the miniatures stronger, and will throw more things on you. So sometimes it's actually good to disconnect, because the miniatures around you will then be like, oh, where did it go? But then you can come back in a different room later on. So it can be and also when a card, that's the last thing I'm going to say about it. When ICE activates and it's my turn, right? I'm the active player. I get to choose where this ICE miniature goes. Like, for example, it's going to take 1 move and attack. Okay, I'm going to move it here, and it attacks Miguel. But then when it's Miguel's turn, he gets to control ICE, and he might send it. So the way is like you're basically sending the defense to a different hacker away from you. So in normal games, we would activate and attack you, right? But here is the other way around. You can send it to other people. And also when someone dies, which is what you want, other people who have managed to touch them, like put a virus on them, they can copy their information. So I think we play with more people. A lot of that will happen a lot more often, and then it's easier to win. But the game is difficult, especially solo. Yeah. So that's kind of hurts it a bit. I want to play with other people because I think it will rise up. If not, then I'm not sure I'm going to keep it. It really depends on how it plays with other people at this point. Because solo, at this point, I don't think it's And I don't think it's worth keeping that many boxes if it's only solo. Black
Okay.
Rose Wars, I would keep. This one, I am not sure at the moment. So I really want to play with other people. We'll see.
Okay.
Okay, 14.
My 14 is another game this is by Devere. And again, this is low because it's also a little light. It's a medium weight Euro. And it's Rock Hard 1977.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah, which is a game designed by a former rock star, Jamie Foxx. She was part of the Runaways. And it's a very again it's a beautiful production like the VR games usually do. It's a cool little worker placement game. It's very thematic. Um, you have your own player board, and you get your own little asymmetric character. You get a job. You also have the day job. You solve with a manager. And basically, the game is you building up your character. The game is divided into like four time periods. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like the daytime, evening, and late night, late at night. So you got to place your worker on different spots. So basically, so when there's a day phase, you can place your worker on a day spot or an anytime spot.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So then everyone places on either a day spot or anytime spot, and then you go into the night phase, and then you go take your same worker, place it on any night spot or anytime spot. Okay,
Yeah.
kind of thing. And then you have the late night. So, and during the course of the game, you're trying to build up your reputation, your talent to become a rock star.
Yeah.
So they've got chops, reputation, songs, because you basically got to become more talented, but also got to make yourself a demo tape. So the early part of the game, you're working a daytime job, but you're also at the same time, working small clubs. So you go to small
Yeah.
clubs, you build your reputation at a small club. So you got to go to the spots that are bigger once you have more reputation or you have a record, like a demo tape. And so they got the tracks at the top, your personal track, but they look like, the dials for like, and if you know Spinal Tap, it goes up to 11.
Yeah.
So
I'm looking
it
at
goes
it.
up to
Yeah.
11. So
Yeah.
it's a really cool game, but it's just not that. It's a medium weight. It's like a 2 point something, but it's a
Yeah.
cool little worker placement, and it's a lot of fun. As you build up your reputation, and then one stage you can quit your job because you always have to work. Otherwise, you lose your job and then you lose your steady income. But once you become a bigger band, you don't need the job. Plus, you can
Yeah.
also, they got to ask one of the things in the game is you can boost yourself having extra actions by taking candy, which is obviously it's
Yes.
supposed to be drugs.
Yeah.
So you take
Yeah.
candy and then you can do certain things, but you can't take candy at work, or you can't take candy here. And no, it's a lot of fun. The production is amazing. The game actually comes with paper money that looks like real American dollars. It like
Yeah.
looks the real thing with like people like graffiti on it.
Nice.
And yeah, it's got these little little acrylic standees. The art's really cool. It's a thematic Euro game,
Yeah. Yeah. That's
but
cool.
not. Yeah, I really like it. So yeah, Rock Hard 1977.
Cool. That's another one that seems very interesting to play.
Yeah,
My number 14, I'm sure I don't know, maybe you have heard of it. It's Star Tycoon. Ring a bell? No.
no.
Okay, Star Tycoon, it gets a 7.4 and weight 2.8. Basically, it's expand your interstellar company while a central market reacts to supply and demand. And that is immediately also the thing that excites me the most about this game. Because it says central to Star Tycoon is the galactic exchange, a fluctuating market that reacts supply and demand. Knowing when to buy, when to sell is key, creating a profitable business. So basically, in this game, you have like a bunch of planets that you start off with. They give you resources,
Hmm.
and during your turn, you are trying to get because you're going to be there's going to be companies that you're trying to influence. There's also going to be resources you're trying to get, so you can get more planets and buildings
Hmm.
on those planets as well. because certain planets only allow a certain amount of buildings depending on the hammers that are there. But like I said, the most interesting thing about the game is the galactic market, because you can trade with the galactic market. And
Yeah.
for example, if you go for, I'm looking like, what is it here? Like research, right? If it is
Yeah.
at the complete top one, then for $1 you can get 4 research. But then for the amount of research you get, the market is going to go down. But then if it's all the way at the bottom, you need to pay 4 coins just to get 1 research, or you can sell 1 research for 4 coins. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
constantly fluctuating as people are doing things, and it's not difficult, like, the game to play, but everyone is just messing around with that market, because if you sell a lot of research now, then that means that I can suddenly pick up a lot of research on the cheap, and maybe you don't want me to do that, because otherwise I can do this and this and this, get these companies to support and all that kind of stuff. Of course, there's the typical things, like goals that you want to try to get, and the buildings that you want to activate. There's also ways to steal stuff and so on, but that's not really used a lot, not in my games anyway. I've played this predominantly solo, but even solo, I really enjoy it. And yeah, it's a very simple game, but I really, like, back in the day when I was trying to create games, I really wanted to have exactly a market like this. When people buy something, it goes down. When it goes up, when people sell something, it goes up again. Things like that, very fluctuating. And yeah, I really enjoy that kind of game. And even though it's it's Warp Core Games, I don't think anybody necessarily knows Warp Core Games. None of the games that I have, I know. Mothership, Call to the Void, I don't know. But the designer also has nothing that I've heard of before. So it's very small. It was on Kickstarter, but like I said, I really enjoy it purely because of the whole market sense. And the cards are also very funny. Also a lot of like with like references to media stuff and everything, movies and so on. So yeah, Star Tycoon, nothing crazy special, but the market makes it shine, I feel.
Okay.
Aside from that, it's just regular stuff. What's your 13?
My 13 is Lord of the Rings Duel for Middle Earth.
Okay.
I want the second 2-player game. I just there's certain things I wish that the game could have done more. But then again, I think it would also take away the beauty of the game, which is its simplicity. I think we spoke about it before.
Yeah.
Like, I wish maybe the 2 sides were a bit more asymmetric, because ultimately you're doing the kind of same thing.
Yeah.
There's no real difference, right? You're both trying to gain territory in the territory control. The one you technically, it looks like you're chasing, but technically you're just moving. It's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
You're moving to. So it's beautiful, the way that it looks like you're chasing if you're the bad guy, you're chasing the hobbits, but technically you're just moving up a track at the same pace.
Yeah.
So sometimes I wish when I played as the evil side, I felt it was different. Like if I take a certain card, it would do something different for me. But then again, if I did that, it would take away from the simplicity of the game, which is what makes the Seven Wonders Duel game so perfect.
Yeah.
So perfect, yeah. That's what makes it's that simple. It's a streamlined game. But I kind of do wish, because when you play Seven Wonders Duel, you're a civilization, but you're not anybody. It's not like you're Greece or Egypt. You're all the same. You're all the same. But here you very much have a role.
Yeah.
But the role's kind of the same anyway. So I don't know. But they have announced an expansion, or they teased an expansion.
Yeah.
So I wonder how that will change things up.
I was thinking about it, and I thought a way to make it feel more evil or more like thematic would be if you have like cards where the art is like basically twofold, like a line in the middle. And if you're like the Fellowship, this card does that, but if you're evil, it does this, for example.
But then again, it takes away the simplicity, right? It takes away the streamlined element.
I mean, the action doesn't make any difference.
I agree.
But yeah.
I agree with you. I agree. I totally agree. But then that would make the game a little more.
I didn't put it in the top 20 because you own it, but also we played it like once. and I felt like I needed to play more to really
But it's the
appreciate
same as
it.
saying
So I
one
didn't put
duel.
it in.
It's
Yeah,
the
but
same as
that's
saying
also
one
been
duel,
years since
basically.
I played that. So for me,
So it's such a cool system. It's like it's almost the perfect two-player game, you know.
hmm,
And I think this one just takes a notch higher, but I wish it could have done more. But I
yeah,
really love the game. I really like the game. So I'm both. I stand both sides. So yeah,
yeah.
it's a great game. So one duel. It's why it's so low.
Okay. My 13, I think, is going to be maybe a crossover. I don't know. I've been thinking a lot of crossovers, but so far we've only had one.
Hmm.
So my 13 is a Fractured Sky.
Okay.
Um, so I played this a lot. I think 4 or 5 times or whatever. I think I haven't
Wow.
tried the expansion yet, but I really enjoyed it because the Fractured Sky basically. Don't remember exactly what was fractured, but these crystals are falling on the player board. Not sorry, player board on the game board. That's like divided into different sections, like an island, different colors. And basically, you are taking one
Mm,
of your airships. You are clicking because it's magnet. If you have the deluxe edition, it's like a magnet. You click a number on it and you put your airship down. People don't know what number it is, how high or low it is. You also got some 0, 0, and 10s, so you don't know if it's a 0 or a 10 because they have like different color. But then you have 1 to 9 as well that you can put down, or you can just upgrade the value. Or no, sorry, not upgrade. Put down like a tower and something else. Barracks, I think it is, that have a +1 or it gives you more resources. Trading post probably instead of barracks. A trading post and a tower
okay.
that you can also put down on limited areas. It's really cool. You don't know where the crystal is falling, but you can
Okay.
sneak peek at a card if you want to. But then people will know that you have seen, and then they will, of course, focus on your future actions because you're like, oh, you looked at the card, now you're going there. Maybe there's a crystal there, so you can bluff and whatever, things like that. It's really cool, high production, and the more the rounds go on, the more crystals there are to get, and the more points you can get eventually. Of course, at the end of the round, you of course reveal all your ships and see whoever has the highest value gets to get the ship. The second person gets to get resources, stuff like that. Or is it ship crystal? And I think just a crystal. Yeah. Anyway, and then the expansion adds more cards, I think, or whatever. But yeah, it's just a really cool game. Really pretty. Really tense sometimes, but in a fun way. And yeah, uh,
Cool.
that's Fractured Sky. You have anything
Okay.
to say about it or not?
I haven't played it yet.
Oh, I
So
thought you played it already. Oh, okay.
no, I haven't played it yet. That's one of the ones
Oh
I haven't played.
man, I'm afraid we're going to be way off of our predictions of crossovers,
No,
but it's
I
a
think
good
I
thing.
think I think I might be close. I still think. Anyway,
Let's
my
see.
number 12. It's 12, right?
Yeah.
So my number 12 is another game by Board and Dice, and it's Windmill Valley.
Ah, tulips.
Tulips. I don't know if Belgium was kind of also affected by the tulip craze in Holland.
No, that's Holland.
You didn't grow any whole tulips in
We don't
in
care about
Belgium.
tulips.
Okay.
Not
But
as far as I know, anyway.
what's cool about the game is that it's very bright, very beautiful. It's a huge board, but we don't forget the mechanic. But the main thing about the game is you have your two wheels, two gears. So two wheels that are interlinked. The one wheel is bigger than the other one.
Mhm.
Okay. So every turn according to how much the water is, because the idea is that your wheels are actually the wheels that turn the water to create, energy or whatever you want to call it, to,
Mhm.
to power the windmill, right?
Yeah.
So you can manipulate the water irrigation to make your wheels turn quicker or slower. So you turn your wheels and then so you turn it when you turn the wheels, on each side of the wheel will have a two actions on either side, and you'll choose one of them.
Mhm.
But you can also upgrade the wheels. But because the one wheel is smaller than the other one, as the game goes on, the two options will never be the same
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they turn differently. So it's really cool. So you trying to work out your actions, trying to get them to align at the right moment. as you have obviously like a typical Euro, there's different things you want to do. You want to get tulips, and then the tulips you have the spatial game in which you try to line them up in rows. So you get the tulips and you put it down on your player board you plant them on your board. So if you get a row of the same color, you get points, typical Euro stuff.
Yeah.
And there's another board. You're also trying to build windmills on the map where you get a bonus, but you also get this like area control thing if they're connected.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then there's also a market in the middle where you can buy your tulips or buy actions. And there's also boats. What boat I should remember. Anyway, the thing is, you got different like little mini games, but it all comes down to this gear system, which is really cool. Trying to
Yeah.
you manipulate your gears, and you can say you want to upgrade a gear. So, okay, you get an upgrade. Do I cover this action or do I do this one here? And yeah, it's just cool choices. And it's designed by Danny Garcia, who's a great designer.
Yeah, it definitely
So yeah,
it's one of the most colorful games I've ever seen.
it's very colorful, and it suits the theme, right?
Yeah.
And also, so, yeah, there's also cards. You'll see cards which you can play to give you extra powers, end of game scoring. It's all
Yeah.
those typical Euro stuff. So yeah, it's a fun little game.
And there's
So
an
yeah,
expansion coming too, Blooming Sales.
yes, that's it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's going to come out soon, so I'm really
Yeah.
looking forward to that one. So yeah, so another great game.
Okay, my number 12. Actually, before we recorded, we were like checking because we made a mistake when recording, and then we were going over the games that I thought that you had and that I also had, the
Hmm.
ones that we both
Hmm.
had. I forgot to mention my number 12 actually, because you played it as
Okay.
well. I don't think you have it, but you played it for sure. And it's Altered TCG. I don't know if
Mm.
you thought about it in your list, but
I didn't think of it. It didn't come
uh,
up in the list.
but it's 2024 for sure. And you did play it at Simon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really, really like Altered. It's a TCG, but then it's you lead an expedition on a journey to explore the unknown, which is kind of a silly way to describe. Basically, you have your explorer, which is on the right, and your psychic on the left, or vice versa. It doesn't matter.
Mm.
And they're trying to meet each other in the middle. And you've got three different types of terrain. You've got forest, you've got water, and you've got hills, mountains, so on. So basically, green, orange, and blue, right? And
Hmm.
whenever you play a character, then you will have it will add certain values to the spot that you were on. So let's say it's a 2-1-2. So two mountains, sorry, two forests, one mountain, and two water, something like that. And if the other person cannot tie or beat you, then your explorer will move
Yes.
forward. It's very easy. I'm simplifying the explanation, right? Because of course all the cards have different actions that you can do to mitigate, and all the explorer cards where your explorers are on, they might only have mountain, or they might only have forest, or they might have all three, or just two of them. So
Mm.
then certain cards are more valuable than others, and it could be that the one on the left side only doesn't move at all, and you're constantly boosting the one on the right to go all the way to the left, or they meet in the middle or somewhere else because there are like 6 cards in total that you have to try to go through, right? And
Hmm.
some cards will allow to stay. Some will get boosts. Some will be landmarks or buildings, so they stay there until somebody else destroys them. When you play a card, it has two values, two costs. First of all, the mana to play it, and then after it plays, it goes to your reserve, and then it has another cost at the bottom, underneath the first one, that will say play from your reserve. So you can play that card again next round, but then it'll disappear forever. So every card can technically be used twice. And there's I think 6 different factions. What's cool about the game as well is that it has QR codes, which some people hate, but you can scan your card online and then sell it, but still keep the physical game, which is also awesome. So some other guy from or girl or whatever around the world can buy your card and print it themselves because they have a print on demand service, but you can still play with your cards, so you get some of your money back if you're lucky, and stuff like that. But yeah, the game itself, I really enjoy it. I need to play it more. There's a couple of times now that I was going to meet up with Anna and play it, but then it always fell in the water, pun intended, because it was raining. And so yeah, it's just I really like it. It has the art from Seasons and Lords of Ziddit, same artists. It is same designer too. It is so cool. and it has multiple versions coming out and more cards. I don't think I need more cards. I'm happy with the sets I have, to be honest. But yeah, another special thing, the uniques have thousands of alternate uniques with different powers and different settings. So it's not like, oh, I found this one. No, thousands of people can have the same card with slightly different effects on them, which also is kind of crazy. But it's super variable. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's Altered TCG. You can also play it on BGA. Well, many of these games you can play on BGA. But yeah, that's my 12. Okay, what's your 11?
Mine 11 is Skywise.
Okay. Ding, ding, ding.
Sorry,
Number
that's
2.
fine. Yes.
Yeah.
I think Skywise, everything you said about it, I just like it's an auction game that doesn't feel like an auction game, or doesn't it just feels different. It's a different feel to auction games. It does the thing like Raw has it too, where everyone has an different number. Like no one has the same number to bid on. But each color has its own set of numbers. So it's very tactical that way to work out, okay, I have this number, you have that number. I can win it if I play this number, but do I really want to win it if I really want to win it? And what's so cool is that the first person starts a bid, he bids on a territory, and then everyone has to bid adjacent to that territory. And it keeps going, right? So sometimes you might bid hoping to lose, just so that you stop the other guy from getting what they want.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Yeah.
So there's just so much going on. Plus, there's the mid game scoring. There's the bidding for certain powers halfway through the game. The presentation, the beauty of it. With your own, when you look at the end of the game, you look at the board. It looks like a metropolis with all these skyscrapers. It's, as I said, everything you said. It's just a cool little area control. I mean, bidding area control game.
Yeah, and I forgot to say that actually you can always see everybody else's numbers. It's not hidden or whatever. So
so you always work it out. But then, like, if you use your big number, you'll win the bid. But then you can never use a big number again.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Plus, it's also you're trying to get these tokens to build up a track. And if I remember correctly, wasn't it like if you get a certain number, you get points, but if you get too much, you lose the points. So you also got to really
the tracks
balance.
On the board. Yeah.
Yes.
Like if you have 3 of them, you get 6 points, but then it goes down to 4 again or 3 again if you get 4. Because you pick up the tokens on the board as you place a building.
Yes.
Yeah, you're trying to collect
them.
Be
very careful of that. There's also the shared goals that everyone's doing, your personal private goals. It's really cool. It's not the heaviest game in the world, but it's a neat little auction game.
Yeah.
Also, it doesn't take long. It doesn't take long, like an hour to an hour and a half. So yeah, that's the other one we agree on.
Yeah. 2 crossovers. My number 11 is definitely not a crossover because we haven't played it yet. And that's Kelp, Shark versus Octopus. Like I said, I was really surprised at how much I liked it. It's just the whole tension of being the octopus trying to not get caught, but on the other hand, if you're the shark, the trying to really get that octopus and doing different things to get them, and the way they completely play differently, both of them. Like the octopus is constantly trying to hide in like Stratego style, where you don't see the tiles. Yeah. You can move tiles around, you can get new tiles, you can upgrade them, put traps out so that the shark might think, okay, you're there, attack, but there's a trap, so they get like hurt in some certain ways. And in the octopus, you can win by eating, I think 4 times or whatever, because there's 4 different types of food. And whenever you eat food, you also get a bonus for eating that food. But when you eat, you show yourself. So then the shark knows where you are. And then the shark needs to kill you before time runs out. Otherwise, of course, the shark loses. The shark loses like dice. They roll dice, and then depends on how to use them, either to upgrade their skills, because the longer the game takes lasts, the stronger the shark becomes. So you unlock more skills. You can also buy cards that help you do more stuff, like roll extra dice, re-roll, stuff like that. Yeah, it's just really exciting. And then the thing that I thought I would hate, that when the shark finally catches the octopus, you have 3 cards, 3 colors, and you both play a card. And if it's the same card, the shark wins. If it's a different color, the shark loses. And then you only have 2 cards left, and then you hide again, and the shark has to try to catch you again, and so on. And even though in both games the shark immediately won, but that's because the mind games, the shark was on top of the mind game. You know what I mean? The shark knew you're probably going to do this and this and this, So I'm going to choose this color. And that's exactly how that person thought 2 times. And once I was a shark, once I was the octopus. So once I was like, yeah, and once I was like, no. So, those things I actually kind of like it, to be honest. If people would just say, I'm just randomly choosing this card, and then they win, I'd be annoyed. But if it's an active mind game, then I don't know. Yeah, and it's pretty beautiful. It's very beautiful, beautiful production. Has a lot of expansions that I haven't even tried. All mini expansions to help boost either side or both sides and stuff like that. So yeah. Anyway, I spoke about it a lot before as well. That's Kelp Shark versus Octopus, number 11. What's your turn?
Okay. My turn is the opposite end of the spectrum for deep heaviness. It's a game by Garfield Games, and that's Ezra and Nehemiah. It's one of their standalone games set in early Jerusalem, early Israel. And they're rebuilding the wall, the Jerusalem wall, after it was destroyed. Anyway, again, it's a really heavy game. It's like everything is going on in this game. I think it's like 3 point. Let me check the rating. 3.83. Okay. And again, there's a lot of, okay, I'm not going to go through all, different mechanics. The whole board is full of different areas that you're working on, right? Like getting resources, building a wall, doing the temple, blah, blah, blah. But the main, again, come down to the main action mechanic is you got, similar to the other game I spoke about with Safa, you have a hand of cards. Each card has an action on it. Yeah. So you every round you're going to play 3 cards. You got 3 slots. You can put in any slot you want. So you play a card, you do the action. But now the thing is, each card has banners on the left-hand side. Okay, like banners.
Looking at it, yeah.
So what happens is after the next round, you're going to play a card on top of one of your previous cards, and the banners, you add the banners together to get the actions. So again, you're trying to work out where you're going to place the cards, because you add the colors of the banners together to do something, to do an attribute. So, for example, if the red banner helps you work with the temple, the grey banner helps you clear rubble. So the more banners you got, the stronger the action.
Yeah. Wow.
So
it looks complicated.
It is complicated. There's a lot going on, but I really enjoy it. I know you're not crazy about Garfield games, but I really do like their games, and I like so many spinning wheels, and.
But this looks more promising to me.
In what way?
I don't know. I don't know. It just looks very interesting from what I'm seeing here.
Yeah. So basically, you get resources, and you use the resources to contribute a certain section. Either you build in part of the wall, and you get the benefit there, or you're doing it to build the temple. They got this technology track in the middle as part of the temple that you build your way up to your certain powers, like pyramid style. There's this other rondelle type action. I can't remember all the details. I haven't played a long time. And there's cards on the side. There's character. You buy cards. There's so much going on.
Yeah.
But again, the most fun thing comes down to the core mechanism of playing a card and deciding which card to play on top of which one.
Yeah.
So you can create a combo. So yeah, it's a heavy game with a lot going on, but I really, really do like it.
Okay. Cool. Well, like I said, I wouldn't mind trying this one, but I think it's going to be very maybe with maximum 3 players. I think.
I only play with 3, so.
Okay, my number 10 is Weirdwood Manor. I spoke about that as well.
Yes.
Earlier podcast. So basically, it is a co-op game where you are trying to save the lady of the manor. You battle time basically and monsters, and in a manor where it's a big mansion where the hallways are shifting, not the rooms. The rooms tend to stay, although there are ways to change the rooms, but it's the hallways that open and close doors every time someone plays a card. And time is important because on your board you've got 4 time moments. You've got dusk, then you've got like noon, then you've got evening, and then you've got night. So depending on where the day is, you have to play a card during that time of day and then progress the day to the next part of day. So if you play in the during noon, you have to progress to evening. If you're playing evening, you have to progress during night. Now, you play the card on top of your board, but then if there's already a card on the time slot where you are, you have to progress to the next time slots to be able to play a card. So sometimes if you plan badly, time can go forward quite a lot, which is maybe what you don't want. But you can always avoid it by resetting. But basically, those cards will give you actions. You can go around, you can fight, you can gather resources, upgrade, get experience. Every character, there's a lot of different characters, like 8 or something, I think. They have 3 different actions that are very different from other characters, so they can build together. You can get an extra character that you can put next to your player board, and that gives you a wild spot to play a card. You can get more of them, but they get more expensive as you get more of them as well. You've got 3 different villains or monsters, bad guys to play against, which are also very different from each other. Rooms can be destroyed, they can be corrupted, but then you can cleanse them again. They can be on fire. You'll be fighting scarabs as well. And when you have the version, the crowdfunding version, the production is really, really nice. And yeah, it's just a really fun game to play solo, but also play with other people as well. And I've enjoyed every play that I've had with this a lot. The weight is 3.41, so it's not the easiest game because of doors closing and opening, and you have to constantly adjust and also predict what's going to happen when you play your turn and so on. And yeah, of course, as time moves on and the days pass, the villain gets stronger and stronger and stronger, of course. So that's a given. But yeah, I still have to play the 2 other monsters. The first one was already very cool. So yeah, really enjoyed it. The people I played with also really enjoyed it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to playing more plays. Like I said, co-op game, a lot of different characters and a lot of different powers, and just cool with all the moving corridors and different. And all the rooms are randomized at the start of the game as well. So every game is different location-wise. Yeah, that's Weirdwood Manor.
Okay.
Number 9.
My number 9, it's a game we played together. I don't think you have it on your list, or at least I didn't count it as, and that's Galileo Galilei.
Yes.
And I think maybe you just had a bad luck with your power, but it's a really cool game. It's a really cool game, and again, comes down to the action mechanism, which is your telescope that you're going to move around and point to a certain zone to do the actions. And you using dice to manipulate to complete like contracts, which is what you're looking at, stars, the constellations, or the planets in the sky. You get, that's why you get the cards. You get but you also get negative. You get attention from the church. So there's like this negative this little mini game at the bottom trying to manipulate the inquisitors.
Yeah.
So you're collecting cards and upgrading your action selection by getting tiles to place on your telescope for focusing on. So yeah, it's a cool little game. I like the action mechanisms. I like the actions you have to do, fulfilling contracts. So yeah, we all decided that one power is not as strong as the others, which is the one you got. But there is a mini expansion with Edmund Hillary promo. Maybe that one power is is different, better. And they just announced an expansion.
Yeah.
Called Luna, which has a mini map, a sideboard of the moon.
Yeah.
And also more player powers. So I really like the game. I don't think you like it as much. And then the new one comes with 4 more characters.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, I think it's cool. So yeah,
I don't know. If you were to play again, I play again as well. But yeah, I think it just fell out of the top 20 because I did put it in like the pub meeple thing and everything. And I actually had forgotten about my power. I just remembered it being okay. and not
Mm.
feeling the need to play it again. But maybe it's because of that power. Yeah, that's maybe just been too long as well, and maybe that just lingered. But like looking at the pictures, I remember that I thought it had some pretty cool mechanisms. I liked
Yeah.
the telescope, like you said, and everything. And I remember being difficult to get books, but yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't
I
think it's
think
a
it's
bad game.
I think it's a cool game. I would like to play it again.
Yeah.
So get into
My
that.
my number 9, I think maybe it could have been higher as well, or maybe not, whatever. But there's definitely one that you don't have, and that is a pole position. So it's a Formula One game that is trying to
Not.
show Formula One how it really is with
Mhm.
DRS and weather changes and pit stops and yeah, all that kind of stuff, especially the weather changes, the different tires, 4 or 5 different types of tires. A lot of this decisions you need to make. The AI works really well with house ruling, I have to say, though.
Mhm.
I did a whole championship on the channel, even though I still have to edit like 3 videos for it. I'm way behind on editing. But yeah, I really, really enjoy it. I played it with other people. They also enjoyed it. Like, I think I spoke to you about it as well. Like, in that game, I felt a bit guilty because I was way out ahead. And then bang, a safety car.
Mm.
And I was on the wrong
Okay.
tires at that point, thinking I could still make it. But of course, then in the last lap, 2 of them passed me and I ended up third. And I really didn't mind because that's Formula One. It happened like a couple of weeks ago, exactly like that. With safety cars can change everything up, which some
Okay.
people hate. But I think it's charm of the sport as well. But yeah, I really, really enjoy it. And that's also why I'm like I told you before, I want to play as many racing games as I want and then do like a top 10. But this one will definitely rank high because I really enjoy it. A lot of different tracks feel differently, different effect cards and everything, event cards, sorry.
Mm.
And it also has qualifying as well, which works very well. And I saw also on BGG a way to do sprint races as well. So yeah, I'm really, really curious to play it even more. I like it a lot. And it's a racing game, man. It's pole position. Number
Okay.
9.
And my number 8 is the crossover, and that's Inferno.
It's
Yes, I disagree with you. I think it's a lot better than many of the games you mentioned. Since, as I said, I think it'll be even better with 4 players because it's very interactive. I think every action is interactive, even though you may not directly push onto other people. Your choices affects the other person. So I think that's a good thing to have
yeah,
um, interconnected choices. I think I love the theme. I love the fact that you can have 2 monsters that totally change the game every game. So every game has 2 different monsters and changes. I agree. The Venice part is, or not Venice, Florence
Florence.
part. Florence part is a little dull. I think the only difference is that you change the placement
Yeah,
of the tiles. I think they could be a little more exciting, a little more thematic. But the real game, and this should be the real game, is the Inferno part, and that's really cool.
yeah, yeah,
So and it's very tactical. Like um, I can do this because I really need that action, but if I do that, this person will be able to benefit. He'll be able to do this and this, and I can't do that. And money's tight. I think it's really good Euro
yeah,
and a good thematic. It's as I said, it's different. It's not just like Rusafa. I like Rusafa. It's not just trading in the Middle East,
yeah, yeah. Yeah, but I
with
understand. Yeah, I mean,
with the beige board.
we had the discussion before. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not surprised that it's this high for you. And
Mm,
so if we play again, maybe it'll climb up for me too. I don't know.
mm.
Could be, could be, could
Okay.
be.
Yeah, that's crossover there.
Yeah. So I think this one will be a crossover as well later on. It's Nova
Mm.
Roma. So I was a
Well,
bit
okay,
surprised it
it's
was
my it's
20.
my it's my it's my number 7.
7. Okay, so we can talk about Nova
One,
Roma
two,
together
three,
then.
4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's my number 7. Yeah, we can talk about it now together because I'm looking at it
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
Yeah,
Of
Nova.
course. Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
you talk first. You first. Go for it. Talk.
Yeah, just the fact that you have the action selection system where you put your person down and then the
Yeah,
two actions come together and that's what you do. But also the fact that if it links up with your other people, the power becomes stronger if it's like next to each other. Yeah, and then all the different mini games that just is cool to do. The only one that we talked about earlier as well, I mean earlier like many top 100 I think, or even
yeah,
the review, is that we said that the racing part was could have been cooler
yeah,
because it's just a wheel. But yeah, it's just the action selection system, a la Barcelona and other games as well now,
yeah.
that makes it shine. And yeah,
Yeah, I agree. I just as we did the full review, it's that action mechanic that's so clever. Like place to word placement and all the little mini games. I love the games when they have that little mini games because you're trying to juggle all the different, yeah, spin all the wheels spin all the plates at the same time, and you can't do everything, but you want to try and do everything.
yeah.
No, it's really cool.
Yeah, you have your own
Yeah,
like a glass window as well, where you can put your tokens on then and then get the bonuses as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
cool. Even the farming thing I thought was cool.
did you manage to get a copy?
Yeah, a long time ago. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
like
Because
those
the
ones
solo
struggle
is
to
also
show.
really good. Solo is also really good. Yeah,
Because I
yeah.
see Queen Game has taken it, has got it now.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. They're probably the new version as well because they put like a new cover and everything on it.
The new cover, but it's basically the same game. I don't know if they made any
Yeah,
tweaks, but
I don't think
yeah,
so.
looks the same.
Number seven, I think will be a crossover as well because Nova Roma was your seven, right? So my
Yeah,
seven is Endeavor Deep Sea, although it might be higher
that's
for
my
you.
number. That's my number six.
It just
I'm
keeps
looking at right.
jumping.
Sorry, I'm looking. Yes, I'm looking at this right now.
Okay, you start now first then.
Okay, well, again, we spoke about it before. I like the I have it over there, the original game, Age of Sail. But what I love with what they did with Endeavor Deep Sea is that they've taken the core mechanics and they've streamlined them and they made it thematic and straight just it's just I don't know, it's just that it's just so smooth. The game is so smooth, you
Yeah,
know? You have your actions. You got the four tracks, so each of them are just as important as the other one. You know, the first one amount of one action tokens you have, how many of them you can recall, the level of guy you can recruit.
yeah.
Every round you recruit a guy, so you'll never be short of actions. Well, you know,
Hmm.
everyone's guaranteed to get the engine always gets bigger. You know,
Yeah,
no one's gonna race ahead with more guys. Everyone's gonna have the same amount of guys, but then it all depends on where you decide to focus on the four tracks, which it determines how well you can do certain things.
yeah.
But it's okay. And I don't know, what do you want to say add to that?
Well, the fact, like I said it like before as well, I think that the fact that you can always every round you're gonna get an extra person, all the different
Yeah,
tracks you have to keep in mind that you balance them correctly, otherwise you screw yourself over, which I really like.
yeah,
The fact the tiles come out, like I said, it always keeps getting bigger, and you always have somewhere to go. Maybe in end game, it's you have less places to go because you want to do specific things. It might lock you
yes,
out, but until that round, you have so many options to go, so many strategies to chase. And the fact that every tile that comes out can be wildly different, even the connection to the caves. Sometimes you can't even physically go there, but you have to go to the tile next to it to have access to it.
yes,
Uh, Stuff like that is really nice. And every upgrade matters. Every
yes.
upgrade matters. And you want to do it all and you cannot, as it again. So you have to make choices. And yeah, it's just really cool. And I can't wait for the
And
expansion to
the
have like more stuff as well. I don't even
and the
own the
games
game.
and the scenarios make the game so different as well.
Yes, 10 different scenarios. Yeah, true. Yeah.
It's every game is different. No, it's infinitely expandable just by having more scenarios.
Yeah, very, very pretty too. Very, very
Yeah,
pretty. Yeah.
that's a great game. Yeah, good call.
I'm laughing
So
because my number six is just gonna be another crossover, but that might be a
yeah,
number
but
five then. I don't know.
I'm not sure. I think my number is it now one, two. I think my next one might be a little higher for you.
Okay, so my number six is Unconscious Mind.
Okay, it's a crossover, not my next one.
Okay, so
I have
Unconscious,
high.
you have it
I have
higher.
higher. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, okay. Well, I think that makes sense. Well, I don't know. We'll see. So I played it only solo. Yeah, I only played it solo. I haven't played with other people. But I really like the solo. The reason why it's not higher is because, well, first of all, for the people who don't know, unconscious mind is you're a psychiatrist dealing with people who have horrible dreams, and you're trying to get rid of their dreams through a bunch of mechanics. And first of all, it's extremely pretty. But the one thing that I and then you put down your speech bubbles to do actions, and then the actions, you can do them twice, if I'm not mistaken. You put one or two down to do them once or twice. You can get more tiles on your player board. So when you move your ink bottle, you can do those rows and so on as well, or columns, depending on where it ends. And the actions can vary. You set collection and other things, getting resources, moving things around. I don't know what the board is called, but where you're moving it, I guess, is the mind or whatever, that you move it through up and down, the passion and other stuff.
No, it's your theories, your theories.
Yeah.
Thematically, you're working, you're having theories about how to heal the patient.
Yeah, and then if you move into the correct circle or icon, then you can basically use it to treat their dreams, remove their dreams, get the points, and so on. The only thing that I didn't like as much was the actual city area, that thing. I thought that and the 3Ts felt a bit flat, because I never did too much with both of them. The 3Ts, you do it because it's points, but and then in the city, maybe it's because I didn't play with other people and it's only solo, but nothing much happened there, even with the bots. So I think that's the main thing. But it's really pretty. It's really nice. It's also brain burnery at times. Amazing production, like I said already. And just the fact, I'll let you talk about it more, but it's very impressive as it is.
I agree with him. Okay.
Your 5.
My number 5 is, I'm pretty sure it's higher than your list, and that's Civilization. Civilization. Sorry, my throat's sore.
It's okay.
Yeah. I really love the game. I love Stefan Feld. I like just about everything he's made, even though they're all sometimes very different. I think maybe it's the reason why I have it a little higher lower than where you would have it. Even though I do really enjoy the game, I just think it's maybe too much going on. It's not that. It's a bit abstract, even though it's got this really cool theme. It's weird. It's kind of abstract, but you kind of feel the theme at the same time. The theme itself is bonkers, like this, you're doing an exam, whatever it was. But but I do like the fact that the game is so different every time you play it. So many variables, and I like the actions. But the problem at the same time, it's a bear to learn the rules. It's a bear to set up. It's a bear to tear down. It's a bear to go through. It's because so much going on and so much setup.
Yeah.
But it's a great game. But it's a great game. I really like it. So that's why it's my number 5, not higher.
Okay, I'll give you my thoughts on it later. My number 5 will, I think, also be a crossover, but I'm surprised it's higher for you, even, because I thought it was pretty high for me already. I didn't know you liked it that much, but we'll see. It's Minos. Dawn
that's
of
my
the
next.
Bronze
That's my number 4.
That's number 4. Okay, so the 6th crossover.
I really do like. Well, remember I said 9, eh? So 6, 7, 8. I think we get 8.
We'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. So.
We can talk about,
yeah, you were talking.
So we can talk about it together because we're both at the same spot. Yeah.
I really like the whole system. I like dice drafting first. Well, dice drafting, you're placing dice, right? So the dice drafting and then placing them, I really love that thing.
It's so cool.
Even with the solo where the vases matter in that case, it's also really cool. I like the card play because you can do combo-rific stuff. I like all I like the fact that you have area control, but it's friendly area control. Like, I know some people might not like it, like, no, I want to defeat this guy or whatever, but it's like, no, you put them there, they're not fighting, they're fine. Bronze Age, they don't know how to fight yet, whatever. And your power, that you can upgrade them. All the stuff on your player board you can upgrade and then remove. There's different strategies. I think the knock on it was that you can do everything, but there's house rules from that, so you cannot do everything. But just in general, the fact that you can also have the upgrade with the ships on the side. And depending on your power, you might lean towards certain areas that normally you wouldn't. Yeah.
No, I agree. There's so much to do. There's so many different, like, again, mini games. But the core mechanism is the dice drafting and
Yeah.
work out the number and the powers. And I'm really excited about the expansion that was announced. I think the expansion just might make the game even more cool.
Probably, yeah.
So,
Probably.
because
Yeah.
apparently the expansion brings the extra dice.
Yeah. And the solo, like I said, is also really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
also the cards are cool. The cards give so much different options, lots of different tracks. Yeah, there's so much going on. So much Euro goodness.
And it ramps up a
But yeah,
lot as well. In the beginning, you
yeah.
feel like you can't do much. And the third round, you're like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really, really nice. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Minos. My number four is, as you've predicted, Andromeda's Edge.
Yes.
So basically, Dwellings of Elderdale and Eldervale in space.
Altavelia.
But then it also added stuff. Well, first of all, it took away the problem many people have with the dice rolling, where you could basically roll a six and somebody else with six dice could roll all ones and you would still win.
Mm,
Here, it depends on how many units you have. So you can have rerolls depending on how many units you have. So that helps. You have a bunch of different aliens, ships that will come in and like that you can attack or might mess up stuff. But in general, a lot of the stuff is the same. You put your units down, you get resources, you do actions, except now you've got like 5 tracks that you can go up and get bonuses, although some are like better than others in
mm,
general. And also you make your engine. So you can get all these tiles and then you put them next to your board. And then when you retreat your ships, you can activate a whole line of those technologies. While in Dwellings of Eldervale, you would put them down on one card and do it. Here, you can actually do like a chain action of an engine that you've been building, which can feel really powerful and also really annoying if you're bad at it, like at your first game potentially. So, but it's just cool. It adds a bunch of new stuff. I still need to try the solo,
mm.
but people have asked me already, like, which one do I think is better, like this one or Dwellings of Eldervale? I still lean towards Dwellings of Eldervale because of the monsters and the silly fun. I feel this is more
Yes.
serious, more Euro-ish, because even though you're still rolling dice to fight, but there's a whole engine building stuff and everything that can really. So I think this is the more serious one of the two, and the other one is more like, and you can use the dice change. You can use it in Dwellings of Eldervale anyway, if that's something that you don't like. So, but I need to play it again. It's been a while since I played Andromeda's Edge. I played it a couple of times in the spanning of a week or two and really enjoyed every play. Also, the different kind of ships that you have, different effects, but similar to Dwellings of Eldervale. It's very
Mm,
pretty. It's a table hawk as usual. At least this time the trays are better, so it's not much of a problem to have the different factions to protect them. Um, but yeah, in general, really cool game. I need to play the solo, and that might bump it up a bit more. But yeah,
okay.
just really, really enjoyable. That is my number four. What's your number three?
Okay. My number three is Unconscious Minds.
Ah, okay. Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, ding, ding. It's a
Seven.
great.
Yeah.
For all the things you said so before, right? It's a first thing. It shows that Euro games can have interesting themes. It can be really beautiful. You know, the fact that they got two of the best artists in the game designing, doing the art. But and yeah, it's and the mechanics are cool. And everything you said, I think the um, trying to manage your resources to fulfill the trauma of of your clients and get the different rewards and the only thing maybe we were maybe arguing, not talking about, is maybe we didn't feel that the worker placement spot was tight enough. Like we always were able to do what we wanted on the
Yeah.
action selection. Maybe it would have been better to be tighter, and maybe it's the same design group as who did Endless Winter. So maybe they're a little too forgiving with the way they design the games.
Did you play the
But
expansion?
No, we want to. We haven't played a chance
Because in
yet.
the expansion, there's a module if you take like more corruption. I don't think they call it corruption, but whatever. If you take more corruption, then you because basically you have like a different board. I'll save you the mechanics. But if you have more
Hmm.
correction, you get more abilities. And one of the abilities is that you put your action marker down. Like let's say you put two of them down, like the speech bubbles. Then you can
Mm.
turn one in a different direction and do two different actions. Wow, that
Okay.
sounds very powerful, but it also automatically blocks both of them for the next
Oh,
time you
okay.
play something. So basically, you're actively blocking
Okay.
yourself more than other people. But that might make it a little bit more tighter because you've got that option. I don't know. But I mean, yeah, I only played solo once again, and very rarely did I have a problem where I couldn't do what I
Yeah,
wanted to do. That's true. Yeah.
that's to say that's the only thing that was only complaint of the game is that it didn't feel tight in that way. But besides
Yeah.
that, it's so many cool mechanisms. It was thematic. I agree. Walking around Vienna is not the most exciting thing, but I think you try and get that, try and get the right. You can try and have a tactical moment of trying to combo certain ideas, certain things going. But
Yeah.
again, just when you play the game, you're immersed in the theme, and that's what we want in Euros.
Yeah. Yeah. You should
So I really
definitely
like the.
play the expansion because it makes it
I really
better.
want to. I think,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll definitely want to play that, the Nightmare one. But
Yeah.
yeah, great game. So
Yes.
I just mind.
So my number three
Yeah.
is Evolution.
No, there we are.
Ding, ding,
There's a
ding, ding, ding. Number
crossover.
eight. Yeah.
So
So yeah,
yeah,
my
we are
number.
going to have. So we are. I thought we have exactly nine, like I said.
I think so. Yeah. So it's Evolution, and the only thing I wanted to say there is that I think many people are kind of annoyed with the fact that sometimes you roll the dice to assign them to your actions, and the
I
dice
forgot the dice
roll
thing.
was
Yeah.
really bad. But
But the
then
thing is,
I
again,
read.
I was
Yeah.
thinking about that. If it wasn't for the dice, you would have total AP.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
The dice kind of
Yeah.
force you to limit your choices. Otherwise, you'll be sitting there forever.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But then, of course, people can
Yeah.
say like, "Oh, you were lucky. You were always able to do what you want." Blah blah. Blah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I really, really enjoy the game, like you said. And the fact that it's randomized so much is like
Mm.
the good. You don't know where all the resources are. You have to go out and explore it, or have somebody else explore it, or you have to go to the trade market, but then you have to make sure you have enough money, all that kind of stuff. It's very important. Which ones you upgrade, which actions you upgrade as well is
Mm.
usually important. Um, yeah, I've had games where the AI completely destroyed me, and then I played again, and I had games where I completely destroyed the AI just because of the setup. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Of what comes out. And I play with other people as well, not just because I played with you guys, I think. Yeah. And then also played with
Mm.
my regular group, and always had a lot of fun. And I think I even won against you guys, didn't I? Because I played so much
Yes.
already in advance.
Yeah.
Because I had a huge edge. I know, I know, I know. I'm not
But
boasting.
I did
But
beat Miguel the next time I played it.
oh, yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, a
But
lot of stuff like, especially with the AI, the randomization can do a lot. With human players, it wouldn't because everyone has the same setup. But yeah. Anyway, to
yeah,
move to my number two, since I already spoiled it, I talk about my number two first.
my
Is
number two is also a city.
oh really? It's a perfect
Yeah.
crossover. Wow.
Yes.
What? Now I'm really curious about what number one is.
Hmm.
Okay, so City, why do you like it so much?
Well, everything we said in the previous game, right?
Yeah.
It's got the card play of terraforming Mars to build up to have your choices. It's got the thematic the aliens, which change the game up every time you play it. It's got the turning grid, which changes the layout of the board. It's got the different things you can focus on: the scanning, the probing, the conversion. So it's just got so much going on, and we get new cards, you get new um, technology tracks. It's got everything you want in a good Euro, and the expansion is just going to make it better
Yeah, I
because the
want it now.
expansion, yeah, because the expansion is going to do everything we wanted. We said we wanted the game to have. It's going to have asymmetric powers. It's going to have a boost. You're going to start your engine a bit quicker.
Yeah.
I said more asymmetry,
More aliens.
more aliens. Maybe the aliens interact with it better. It's got
Yeah.
everything. It's such a cool game. Yeah,
Yeah, for
can't go wrong.
sure. For sure. Yeah, I don't have anything to add, to be honest.
Yeah, that's everything you said.
I like the fact that the solar system moves around and everything as well,
Yeah.
and a little bit of Tolkien in there. Yeah, yeah, really, really cool. All right,
Okay.
so now I am really, really curious. What is your number one? Is I have absolutely no idea what it could be.
Dune War for Arrakis.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
It's a
It's not
2024
a
game.
quaffle. Dune
No,
Warfare. Okay.
definitely because you haven't played it. I think you it would be cool one day, one Sunday, one Saturday, we should get together and play it.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
just an epic game. I love the books. I love the novels. I read them when I was 16. I've read them multiple times since then. It's just I said we're in the top 100. It's just epic, and I paint all the miniatures. And when I play it, I feel like I'm in the universe.
Mhm.
Now, maybe there's a lot of people complain that maybe Dark Conans are stronger than the Atreides, but in some ways, who cares? When you play this game, you're not playing only to win. You're also playing to have an experience. You know. So yeah, it's everything I said before. I love the card play. I love the dudes on the map aspect. I love it that it's based on the same DNA as the War of the Ring games. And I love the universe. So yeah,
And isn't there an
all for it.
expansion coming too?
That's the one that we talked about earlier on, but the Simon, that's the one I backed.
Yeah.
because
So
there really comes with two expansions, which are the Smugglers and the Spacing Guild, which is really cool expansions, which makes the game
yeah,
deeper. But the new one's the Desert War, which gives you new units.
but that might
Which
balance it out a bit more.
maybe that is the hope, and I think they did focus on that to make the game more balanced.
Yeah.
But again, it's just more about the experience. And maybe
Mhm.
I don't think the game is unbalanced. I just think that maybe the Harkonnens are easier to play.
Yeah, that could be.
So maybe so maybe in the beginning when everyone is starting, it's easier to win as the Harkonnens. But as you get better, they become even. A lot of times it happens, like certain faction is just easier than the other ones, and then that's so everyone wins with them in the beginning.
Yeah.
But I think that's the main problem. But again, it's it's an awesome game, and I can't wait to play it again.
Cool.
So what's your number one?
And by the way, for Doom for War for Arrakis, that's another one that I was gonna play, and once again, stuff got in the way and was canceled, and then ended up not playing it at all. My number
Yeah,
one. Do you have any idea?
no, I can't think now. I thought it was going to be SETI, to be honest, or Evolution. I thought it was going to be Evolution.
I thought the same for you. So,
No.
my number one is Harakiri Blades of Honor.
Oh, okay. I haven't played that,
I
obviously.
played 6 or 7 parts of the campaign with Anna, and then a couple of them with her sisters as well, with 4, one with Teresa. With multiple people because you can easily jump in and jump out again if you want to, as long as somebody briefs you
Okay.
on the story. Basically, it is a multi-campaign cooperative board game, but been a bloody civil war in medieval Japan.
Hmm.
And the emperor was banished, and the emperor fell into darkness, governed under the tyranny of the dark shogun. So basically, then you have your heroes. It's a typical legacy game, right? A campaign game, I mean.
Yeah.
And so you have one adventure part where you're on the adventure map, moving around Japan and doing things in a timed manner. And then after you finished all of that, depending if it's good or bad, you're going to move on to the battle phase anyway. But if it's good, you're going to have an easier time fighting. If it was bad, you're going to have a more difficult time fighting.
Hmm.
So then it's like a typical dungeon crawler. You move through different houses, forests, whatever, fighting and everything, but using different skills that you have, because your items that you find are either really good for adventure or really good for the battle phase, but never both. So you have to also like kit out the way you're supposed to do it. All the different characters have different abilities and skills. Sometimes the story can be a bit funny. Sometimes it's pretty well written. In some cases, it was a bit vague, we thought, but that's also why there was a new Kickstarter and they're coming out with like a revised book. So we stopped playing for a while. But even with those flaws, I still enjoyed it so much. Like the whole Japanese vibe, all those creatures and everything. The miniatures look amazing.
You need
It's
to
like
paint them, man. You need to paint those
I
miniatures.
know I should do it now since we're on a break anyway.
Yeah.
But
But you imagine how cool it would be. I can only imagine the table presents if they're painted. Because those
yeah,
miniatures are beautiful.
yeah. It's
I
really,
was
really,
really
really cool.
tempted to back it because it's so
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. But once again, it's a time investment, right? Because we have a
No,
lot
no,
of
I get that.
campaign games. But yeah, it's cool the way the battle goes as well. Like for example, if you have normal dungeon crawlers, right? There'll always be an event or whatever coming out, and then this happens. But in this case, there are like some green and red. I don't know what they're called. Like let's just call them situational cards. They're in a deck
Hmm.
shuffle. So depending on how good your adventure phase was, there might be 4 greens and 2 red, or it might
Yeah.
be 4 reds and 2 green. So you shuffle it, and then when you reveal it, if it's a red, you have two little looks like a red pocket, like a Chinese red pocket, right?
Yeah.
One is red and one is green. So if the red one comes out, you do the red event. If it's a green, the green one comes out. And there's multiple events on that card, so you always reveal a little bit of the card that comes out. So it really
Okay.
affects everything that's going on. And sometimes it pays to be creative in some scenarios and everything. And yeah, all the skills are really cool as well. Like even when you upgrade, you've got like multiple choices of which skill that you choose.
Hmm.
And also the skill that you choose has certain terms on it. So for example, you choose one that makes you very nimble and it says thief. And then later on in the story might be like, is anyone in your party a thief? If so, da-da-da-da-da, right? And then even in the adventure land, in the adventure phase, when you're traveling the land, if you just move like 2 spots on the regular roads, nothing happens. That's just a normal event. But if you do 3, or if you use like the dirt roads or whatever, then it's always a negative event that happens, or a negative card. Might still end up good, but you're like, depending on how much you push yourself, you might end up in trouble. You can travel together or separately, and all that kind of stuff. You all have your personal stories as well with a personal booklet, so that also adds
That's
to it.
cool.
Like I don't want to spoil anything, but I can tell you that each of the members is part of one of the clans that are also representative in the story. So they also have different motivations and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's a really, really, really nice game. To
I'm
give you an
glad because
example, this
you
one
waited long enough for it.
yeah, true, yeah, says so
That's
very
glad.
true.
Yeah.
So we immediately played multiple weeks in a row. To give an example, what is it, Dragon Eclipse? We played once and we haven't touched it since. Even though it's also good,
Oh,
but that didn't get our hook, the hooks in us as much as Harakiri did. So I'm still gonna play Dragon Eclipse at one point, but
I think Dragon Age is a more solo game anyway.
I think so. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
getting the impression it is. But anyway, yeah. So Harakiri, what is the rest? Blades of Honor is my number one, and I can't wait for the expansion because then it fixes the base game a bit more, and then I
That's
can
cool.
dive back in.
Let's hope it comes quicker than you thought. Hoped.
Well, yes
That
and
last time.
no. Storage space. It does take up a lot of space, a lot of boxes and expansions.
Yeah.
Yeah, because one of the expansion actually gives like 4 different characters, so you can basically play the whole game again with completely different characters and different books and everything. And like, so it has
That's cool.
replayability as well. Yeah.
That's cool.
Anyway, for the people wondering, we started recording when it was like roughly 10 o'clock, I think, or 9:50. It's now 12:51. So I think
Yeah.
I need to work tomorrow. So
Me too.
oh, you too. I
Okay.
thought you finished
Yes.
already.
No, I finished Tuesday.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Bye
Okay.
bye, everyone. See you next time.